I still encourage council members to attend. Meet these people, and there's a lot of people we still run into sometimes. So I want to talk to them and express our appreciation to them. And it was actually different last year too, because we went around 2 years ago, we actually handed out the proclamations. Well, then we started visiting the River Bend people, and they had actually changed buildings the next year. They had shuffled around. What was down here, moved up here, what was up here, moved down here. Hard to keep on top.
5 o'clock.
5 to 7.
5 to 7.
We did this back in 2009, after the mill opened up for the first time. And that was a really, really good turnout. I think everybody appreciated it.
I'd like to thank the Rushford Area Chamber of Commerce for setting that up too.
I think it was Kathy's suggestion to have it at the mill, so I appreciate that. Should mix it up every couple of years like this.
Yes. Anything else? All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion passes. Alright, let's move on to 8B, consideration of strategic planning session, agenda items. C10-6 agenda, let's talk about planning and zoning right away. Let's read off the record, vision.
Did you get one of these?
Example for vision, set the conditions for successful housing, retail, and industrial opportunities. Ideas, update comprehensive plan. Number 2, review current zoning ordinance to ensure it meets the current and future needs of the community. 3, work with EDA to ensure maximum opportunities to add housing. 4, set conditions for downtown and open lot redevelopment.
My thought here, Your Honor, is just to give the planning and zoning some future planning aspects. In other words, start taking a look at the city comprehensively to make sure those conditions are set, so that if people come to us with projects, that we've got places where we can put them. Or if we're trying to make sure that certain things are discouraged, that our ordinances are tight for that as well. My suggestion for updating the comprehensive plan is not to bring somebody in and do a full-blown comp plan update. It's more for the planning commission to maybe take a chapter a month and just go through it and just make sure that it still reflects the values and the concerns of the community. So again, I wouldn't be suggesting that we rewrite it, because I think it was written in 2008, so it's still it should be a good document. Those are supposed to last a lot longer than 4 or 5 years. And things aren't moving that rapidly around here.
No.
But, you know, there are new concerns, things that probably hadn't been thought of back in 2008, the frac sand mining for one. Our dwindling supply of industrial properties or commercial properties, and then also, of course, the downtown, which is also identified here in number 4, and just making sure that that our zoning is in place to take advantage of any private opportunities or public-private partnerships that might come along to do some redevelopment downtown. It's a whole new mindset when you're going from greenfield development to redeveloping an area. You got to look at underlying zoning. You got to make sure that that you've set those conditions so that a private developer can come in and without a whole lot of hassle, you know, get their properties put together and not have to face some sort of regulatory delays to get things passed.
Corey Baker bought that lot below Carroll Tudor's and below the Presbyterian Church.
Yep. That's what I've heard.
Rislov, did Corey Baker also buy that Rislov, that little sliver of lot there? I think it was a Rislov lady,
The White House was?
yeah?
Last time I looked on the county website, because a lot of people came in asking to see the layout of that corner lot, and last time I looked, it was still in her name. So, and she's
Yeah.
paying taxes, and so
I asked him if he bought that, and he didn't. That
She
25,
lives, yeah, she
25
lives in
acres.
Wisconsin now. Yeah, she pays taxes on it.
If Corey was able to acquire that piece, would he be able to put an R3 building on there, or maybe possibly an R4?
I don't think we have an R4. Is
So
it zoned R2 or R3?
R3. It's zoned for multifamily housing, so he can put multifamily on there, but he does have setbacks to meet.
Yeah.
And having that 25 feet would help a lot.
Right.
That would
Yes,
make a big
true.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's on a corner, so they're gonna have to have, both sides, 25 front
And
footage.
the L shape goes back into the alley.
Yep.
Yeah. Ideal spot for a triplex.
I don't think it's big enough for that.
No?
Derek's got a plan for that corner,
Oh, yeah?
but it's just too.
To,
By the time you get garages on there, it's not big enough.
Really? If you have it, between the one fronting on, what is that street that goes,
Maple.
east, or is that Maple, south and north?
Maple, yeah.
Okay.
Maple.
If you had garages next to each other, and then the units, the housing on the south and then on the north side, and then another unit that comes into the back, he couldn't make it fit?
Possibly, I suppose. I've seen plans for two.
So, what, is there a maximum size or square footage needed for R3s?
There is, I think so.
So
And
again,
there's setbacks,
yeah,
but-
we'd wanna relook at all of that. Are the setbacks, you know, one thing you should do is we should go back and take a look at variances that have been issued in the past 4 or 5 years, and find out if there's a trend there. Is it, you know, what are the variances for? Sometimes you'll find that you're issuing variance after variance in side yard setback. That usually is an indicator that you should change the ordinance, so that you're not doing variances. At least look at it. Again, you may not decide to, but you should at least look at it. Same with density of the building, the hard surface on the lot. You may want to make exceptions in certain cases.
We've been giving variances for different people in their garages, so it would be possible maybe for giving some variances on that lot as well.
Or again, to look at the zoning ordinance and determine if it would make more sense to change the ordinance, so you don't have to give variances.
Yeah.
Giving variances is usually
Bang.
not a good thing to do.
That gets to be a customary deal, people will assume.
Right.
That's what happened over in the 6-hour edition. Build a house and then they want a porch deck put on. You have to get variance.
So would the planning commission look at that, and planning and zoning as a combination entity?
You know, they don't grant every variance that people want either, you know.
we haven't, across the street from where
That little
we
corner
turned,
house?
we turned that one down.
Yeah.
They wanted to put a duplex, it was too big. The neighbors complained, that's just gonna look terrible there.
So could we get the rental space needed for an R3? The square footage?
What about Brooklyn?
Brooklyn?
Statutes?
Yeah, across from Brooklyn Park there,
That would be ideal for
Going
housing.
east.
That was rezoned.